All right, guys. So welcome back to the podcast. All right. We still haven't found a suitable name for it yet. So we're still going with the podcast. Coach Josh here again with us. Second
Hey
week
guys,
doing this. Um,
episode 2.
yes, episode 2. Again, I'm Wyatt, Coach Josh. Here to talk to you guys a little bit about a few different things. We have a topic of the day that we'll go over. We have some questions from the CrossFit Amherst members we'll go over. We'll just start by, sort of letting you know how we're doing on week, I think, 3 of quarantine and being isolated and not seeing people or places except for this place and my house. Josh, the same thing.
Yeah, I can't go to my home. But
week 3, kind of the same thing. Trying to stay positive, keeping my kids cooped up, 3 kids cooped up on the 3rd week now. It's kind of driving everyone insane. I feel bad. I would love to get them out, go somewhere, but there's not really much we can do. All right. Myself, I'm dealing with a lot of the business aspect of the stuff going on right now. As time goes by, the pressure gets higher and higher at this point. So really trying to get some clarity on, next steps I should be taking and, sort of planning out how this might play out and, things that I can do to, sort of control the bleeding and weather the storm, like I said last time. So that's where I'm at. Trying to work out, staying motivated. These Zoom classes we've been doing at CrossFit Amherst have been helping out a lot. I'll do that workout if I can. I might do it on my own in the basement. Or if, like I said, I come here. I'll also try to do the class at the 9 a.m. when I'm coaching the Zoom to sort of keep myself motivated. That's also cool just to work out with the classes in this virtual format. But yeah, so that's how I'm doing. Josh, want to let them know how you're doing?
School started for me, so I'm like kind of busy with that right now. Like they like to throw everything at once on you. Yeah. But so I've been doing a lot of essays and projects with that, so that's been helping to keep me busy. But as far as like working out wise, yeah, same thing. I'm trying to stay motivated. So whenever I work out with you guys and see you guys killing it, I tend to work out afterwards. I'm like, okay, I feel motivated now. I'm gonna go work out. So so it's been hard to kind of find that motivation. But as soon as I see that you guys are killing it and the smiles on your faces, it helps me kind of like keep moving. Just like I said in that post today, like the most contagious thing right now is a smile. So the more you guys smile, the more you guys can smile, the better it's going to rub off on people and the happier people are going to become. And then the less they think about what's going on and they just try to move forward in life, which we're all trying to do. So that's basically it on my part. Just trying to stay busy, working on a couple different projects. I got that core rebuild project I'm working on for you guys. So that should be done in the next couple of days. And working on kind of like an exercise library as well. So I can get that going, so I can have that personal touch to everything. But yeah.
So keep smiling. We got to keep smiling.
Keep smiling.
That's right. And that's, I mean, like we said last time, that's a good point. Stay positive. Don't be a dickhead throughout this whole thing.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole.
Don't bring other people down.
Yeah. The more you can smile, the more you can stay upbeat, positive. Everyone around you, whether it's in your house, on your social media, it rubs off on people. If we're all a bunch of miserable fucks, it's not going to be.
That's not going to be a good start.
Yeah, it's going to make it much harder. All right, so put a goddamn smile on your face. Just like Josh said. So that's how we're doing, guys. I know everyone out there, is trying to stay motivated. Hopefully this podcast that we're doing helps you. At least something to listen to if you're bored at home. So from here, we're sort of going to touch on, a topic of the week, something interesting, something that maybe a lot of people deal with. Maybe you haven't dealt with it yet. But today we're going to talk just a little bit about egos in the gym. All right. Some people have them, some people don't. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. Sort of give you our opinion on it. So egos in the gym, I've been doing this for the whole gym scene for, myself personally, since I was 15 years old. I've worked in a few gyms, I've managed a few gyms, and obviously I've owned this gym for 7 years. So I've seen a lot of people in and out, and I've seen a lot of egos. I've seen a lot of awesome people that don't have egos. But I think it's really one of those things where it can help you and hurt you at the same time. Nobody wants to be around someone that always has a stick up their ass while they're working out. All right. You know what I mean? So, we're all in the gym to get better, whether it's mentally, physically, make ourselves better, than we were before, the day before, the month before. At the end of the day, we're working out, we're training, we're doing it for ourselves and maybe the people around you. There is no reason to ever have, sort of a dickhead attitude while you're working out. You get to work out. It's sort of a privilege. You know what I mean? Josh, do you feel that way?
Yeah. I feel the same way. It's kind of like you said, it's like we're all here to kind of get better together. And the person who has the ego, he's the only, like he or she is the only one that's hurting himself. Like they're not going to learn anything from other individuals. They're not going to get better from other individuals because they're just in it for themselves. So if we kind of like build together, kind of like as a group, and as kind of get better with everybody around us, we're likely to move past that point. Just staying the same kind of thing.
I agree, man. I think, I've seen it so many times throughout the years. It's one of those things that, it's hard to be around. I think one of the biggest things, like we said, as fitness professionals is to sort of make someone coachable if they have that ego from the start. And a lot of times I can't understand why someone does have an ego. When they're jumping into something that might be a little bit new to them. Maybe someone was fit prior to, starting CrossFit as an example. Even the best people in the world don't know everything. Even the best people in the world at the sport, or just people that are really good at CrossFit, don't know everything. So like once you have that attitude of, hey, I'm the shit, I don't need to learn anything else, I know how to do this, I think you're sort of putting yourself at a disadvantage for a long time to come. You know what I mean? And like I said, the biggest thing is it's not coachable. You're not coachable if you have this whole ego problem of, I don't need to learn anymore. Me, myself, I've been doing CrossFit for 10, 11 years. There's still a lot that I learn. I learn a lot from you guys. I learn a lot from the members, Once we stop learning, once we stop, thinking that we don't need to know anymore and we just start doing things on our own and, not like observing, I think you're putting yourself at a massive disadvantage and you're not really going to progress much after that, in my opinion. And it's not someone that people want to be around. You know what I mean? So the whole CrossFit mentality of building this community of like-minded individuals, that are all here to have fun, get better, make this sort of that hour of their day where they can sort of, relieve a little bit of stress. Why put stress on yourself and the others around you by sort of having that whole, I have this big ego, don't tell me what to do. I'm the best at this, when you're most likely not. You know what I mean? I'd like to put it like very bluntly. And, I think it's just people shooting themselves in the foot when they have an ego, even in the regular gyms, traditional gyms. Why walk around with your chest puffed out, thinking that thinking that, you know, you're the shit and like, you know, everything. And, you know, when, I mean, the fact of the matter is you probably don't, you know, I mean, you still personal train at, you know, people at Fitness 19, you probably see people walking around like that all the time, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, I see that all the time. Like these people, well, they're like in the mindset, kind of like they're like better than everybody else. Like as soon as you get to that point, it's really hard to kind of like get past, or like I got to be honest, like I might have those moments that I'm like, I'm thinking like I'm the best, but like in reality, I got to like take a step back down and think to myself that, wow, like there's so much to learn about everything, that I can learn something from each and every individual that I walk, like I associate myself with. So
and
always having like an open mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what you just said, like, and like I said before, like it does have its benefits and I shouldn't even say like having an ego. I think confidence is what we're trying to think of. You know what I mean? So like, I think it's great to have confidence while you're working out. You know, if you're about to hit a big lift,
oh yeah, for sure.
You know, push through any type of workout, no matter what it is, CrossFit, weightlifting, you know, Zumba or whatnot, whatever you're doing, like that confidence, I think that growing that is crucial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference between a big ego and good confidence within a person. You know, like you're good at weightlifting. So like when you're ready to, you know, step up and make a big lift on a clean, you're going to want your confidence pretty high at that point. You know?
Like I'm going to visualize it, that I'm going to make this clean, and
exactly.
I hope to make it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where I think having good confidence in yourself plays a big role. And I think that's different than having a big ego. You know, I think that's where people shoot themselves in the foot. But I think where we grow confidence is through the unsexy stuff you do on a daily basis, you know, through your consistent training. You know, I think that's how we build the confidence, and I think that's where people see it. But egos are when people just walk into the gym and think they don't have to do any work, don't do any behind the scenes work, and think they're the shit. You know, which can drive people crazy. You know, it drives me crazy. It probably drives you crazy. But I think, you know, and like you just said, like there's times that you feel that way, and I think that's a good thing, and I think that's confidence more so, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's more confidence than anything else, because as soon as I feel like relaxed and like knowledgeable like about a subject, I'm usually confident about that. But it's those things that kind of like open my mind, and kind of like things that I don't really know a lot about. That's where I feel like you can have a lot of open mind to, and you got to be able to realize within yourself, like, I don't know this would be kind of cool to learn and kind of develop to be confident in that particular subject or that particular movement. So it could be anything.
Exactly.
So that confidence could come in the gym, or it can come in with anything in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, like you just said, it doesn't have to be just the gym. It's anything in life. Just sort of building that confidence, not building an ego that's just unnecessary, you know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be like, even with like big lifts or anything, it could be with the specific training. Like someone thinks that they always have to do like, you know, heavy weight or, you know, the highest level movement, even if they can't do it. That's why everything's scalable. That's why you can modify things. That's why you need to, like we said, build confidence over time through consistency and build your skills and strength up over time. When people don't do that and they sort of just dive in, I think that's when people start getting hurt, and that's when their ego gets hurt a little bit too. So, and that's when you see people, you know, moving on before they've given anything, you know, the time to sort of try it out. You know, it's I tried this, I can't do it, so, you know, on to the next thing. But I think that's the wrong mentality. I think a lot of people have that, you know, especially in our country.
oh yeah, for sure. A lot of people don't like to work on their weaknesses, because that's where they feel the most exposed. And that's where they feel the most vulnerable to other people. Yeah.
And I think, you know, just me, even like being completely honest, like I'm not crazy about working on my weaknesses. Over the past few years, I have gotten better with it. And it's sort of, you know, made my progress much more exponential than in the past. Like I think I have gotten better within the CrossFit realm, better with my fitness because I took the time to actually build the areas of my body and my fitness that I needed to. You know what I mean? And I'm still working on it. But yeah, I mean, long story short, nobody likes an ego. It's not fun to be around when you're working out.
No.
At the end of the day, you're not paying money to go to a gym to be around someone that thinks their shit doesn't stink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I totally agree. And then you can't really get away with an ego at like a CrossFit gym or something where it's built around community, but you can, like, you see this the most at like commercial gyms, because these are the type of people that just go in and bench every day because that's their strongest movement. So they just want to bench every day. And those are the people that don't have a lot of friends or a lot of like friends at the gym because no one wants to be around those type of people.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, people tend to filter themselves out of either communities or, you know, sort of the people around them because of the way they approach things. And that's a great point. Like, nobody wants to be around the shit.
Right.
When I'm coming to the gym and I'm paying money, I want to fucking be around people that are
happy.
Happy. You know, like you said, smile. People that are here to have a good time. Like, I don't want someone, you know, sort of judging me or, you know, thinking that they're better than me, even if they are. You know, there's no reason to act like that.
No.
Anywhere. Not in the gym, not outside of the gym, not in the gym, not at home.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're all in this together. But yeah, so no egos in the gym.
Yeah, we're gonna humble you real fast. You're gonna go in the gym.
Yeah. Humble you. You're gonna get humbled.
Humble you.
So yeah, guys, moving on. Take what you want with that. Hopefully that helps a little bit. If you've dealt with that.
Yeah.
You've been around that. Hopefully that helps. So moving on, we have a few questions from our members at CrossFit Amherst. We'll sort of, you know, touch base on, and then go from there. First one, rest days. People like to talk about rest days. People don't like to talk about rest days. Different opinions on these. I'll give you my opinion on rest days. I think they are completely necessary. I think this is where you do a lot of your growing on rest days. We do a lot of working out. We get almost addicted to it to a point where we feel like we don't need a rest day. But at this point, if your training intensity is pretty high throughout the week, it is very important to incorporate, I think, at least one full rest day, and then if not two, or at least one full rest day and then an active recovery day where you're just moving, sort of flushing out your system. And this is different from person to person. So, and this is different from week to week, in my opinion. So if you get a really big training session, say on like a Monday, you know, maybe go 80% on a Tuesday and you're feeling beat to hell, I would say take a rest day on the following day, that Wednesday. You know, let your body recover, because the next thing you do on Wednesday, if you try to work out, is not going to be anything special. You're actually going to feel pretty bad. You're probably going to feel worn down, tired. So it's almost better to just take that rest day, even just move around, do some cardio, sort of let your body recover, rebuild. And to a certain point, if you're not taking rest days, you're going, you know, 6-7 days a week, you know, in a row, you start breaking down those muscles that you're trying to build. You know, you're actually doing your body harm and a disservice. So, and I know it's hard for people. Like, I talk to people all the time, like, when should I take a rest day? And I know it's hard for people not to come to the gym. You can still come to the gym or go to the gym, whatever your gym is, just do something, you know, maybe roll out, maybe stretch out, maybe do a little cardio, something that's not going to be high intensity and very impactful on your body. Long story short, for me at least, I think you just need to listen to your body. And, you know, if you're not feeling great one day, you know, just do something light or, you know, take the day off, in my opinion. Josh, what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, you hit it 100%. Like you gotta realize that if you take a rest day, it's more likely for your next day at the gym, it's going to be even better than, what you want to push your body to do. Like for me, I usually take around 2 rest days a week. And, when it comes to train the next day, like I feel even better because I do that. I usually train for strength anyway, so it's important for me to kind of like take the full 24 hours or take the full 48 hours of recovery and not really do anything to be able to hit the numbers I want to hit the next day.
Exactly.
And that helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, you have to listen to your body. You have to give your body time to recover. That's very important. And I know I've been guilty of this. Josh, you may have, you know, doing too many days in a row, you just feel, you know, beat to shit and kind of run down. And it's not fun to come in and train at that point. So your body needs rest. You know, you might be able to get away with it, you know, if you're you know, teenager or, you know, early 20s, but, you know, even as you get older, like your body's going to need more time to recover, you know? But yeah, so rest days, you know, take it as it is. I would say, well, me and Josh would say, you know, at least 1, if not 2 rest days a week, or at least 1 rest day and then some active recovery, sort of give your body a break. Next question, supplements. All right. So this is a very hot topic when anyone starts working out, or if you've been working out for a long time. So supplements, I myself, I keep it pretty simple. Josh, I know you keep it pretty simple. If I'm not,
I do.
What do you go with when you're talking supplements?
What if I want something like that?
Anything at all?
Okay. Well, usually I like to get all my sources of nutrients that I need for my body through food.
Yeah.
But I'm a vegetarian, so I kind of need supplements in order to kind of maintain my my level of nutrition. Yeah. So I take a vitamin B12 supplement, just a little tablet to kind of like get that B12 because that's the only thing I can get that through is meat, and I don't eat meat. So I take that, and I take a vitamin D pill as well, specifically for the winter itself because I don't get a lot of sun in the winter. And I take that, and then I do take a pre-workout because I need that kind of caffeine to kind of push me forward. So I do take a caffeine. I do take caffeine pre-workout. I dry scoop that on a daily. So it's like
crazy bastard. I don't know how you guys do that.
Dry scoop it? Yeah. That's the only way to take it.
Oh.
It hits you in like 3 minutes if you take it. Like literally, like it's so fast.
It's like crack. Just do crack.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm the opposite. I am not a vegetarian. I love meat. So I mean, I get a lot of protein through, you know, meat sources, carbs through vegetables, rice, you know, that whole spiel. Supplement wise though, I keep it pretty simple. I just whey protein, you know, within half an hour of every workout. I'll do 5 grams of just creatine monohydrate within that protein shake. And then, like you said, I take pre-workout. I don't dry scoop it because I'm not a psycho. But yeah, just pre-workout, you know, I'm not into like those really high stim pre-workouts that have, you know, 350 to 400 milligrams of caffeine in it, especially in CrossFit because your heart will probably explode. So if you're weightlifting, it's probably fine. But
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know, just a pre-workout that has, you know, 250 to 300 milligrams of caffeine just to get me going. It's sort of something I can look forward to drinking every day because usually they taste pretty good. just like you, I take, you know, vitamins. I take a gummy multivitamin like I'm a little kid. So
Yeah.
take those in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I take the gummy multivitamin just because they taste good. But yeah, I mean, other than that, you know, I keep it pretty simple on the supplement front. I don't think there's anything special that you really need to take to get into really good shape. I think, you know, get good protein sources. You know, if you want a pre-workout, if you're tired, take that to get you motivated. You know, a little caffeine in the system, which does help throughout your workout.
Yeah.
And then, you know, vitamins that you need to be taking to sort of keep your body going. So yeah, I don't think there's anything crazy that you need to take. Do you? I mean,
no, like everything that you can get from a supplement, you can get it from food. But if you're like always on the go, like I wouldn't recommend a supplement, but you can always take one to kind of like get your protein that you want to take each every day. I don't know what your level of grams of protein that you might take a day, but you could get that in to kind of supplement that with it to reach that protein level.
Yeah.
But
absolutely. Yeah. If you're always moving, you know, supplements are great.
Yeah, they're quick, they're easy. Yeah.
Exactly. Cool. Moving on. We'll end with this one. The hardest part of getting in great shape for us as fitness professionals, as coaches, you know, I'm in okay shape. You're in, you know, pretty good shape. So
yeah,
I think, well, I'll start. Like I said, I've been doing this since I've been 15 years old. So like I've been doing this for a while. I've been pretty consistent over most of my life with working out. I'm 32 now. So I think the easy part was the training. I think the hardest part with getting in shape and then staying in shape is the people around you and sort of combating people's opinions on you. Let me explain. So,
okay.
I think training is fun. I like going to the gym. I like training. I like training more than I like competing, specifically in CrossFit. I think it's fun to train. The hard part is sort of outside of the gym. So when you're trying to get in shape, you're staying in shape. There's going to be a lot of things that you need to do that the average person isn't willing to do. And I think that's the hardest part is if you're not surrounding yourself with people that are, there's the clock timer. If you're not surrounding yourself with people that are supportive and understand what you're doing, and majority of people won't, it gets tough at times, you know, whether it's your nutrition, you know, you're at a family get together, you're at a social event. I'm not going to eat this because, you know, I'm training tomorrow, or, you know, it doesn't really fit into my diet right now. You know, people are going to have their opinions, and it's up to you to sort of block that out and just understand that people don't want the same things as you all the time. So the quicker you can realize that, the happier you're going to be on your journey to getting to where you want to be within, you know, fitness and, you know, getting into good shape. I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying people's opinions don't matter. I'm just saying that people have different goals. Their goals probably aren't the same as yours, you know? And I think that was the hardest part for me is, you know, constantly being around, you know, different situations to where I had to sort of overcome and adapt to the way I wanted to be. And I had to be okay with people not being okay with that. So if that makes any sense. So I think it's just, you sort of have to get rid of people's opinions because everyone has one, especially this day and age with social media, everything. Everyone has an opinion, and everyone thinks that their opinion matters. And at the end of the day, your goals are your goals. They're not another person's goals. So
I like that.
I think if you can overcome all of that, then you're going to have a pretty successful journey. And, you know, it's, and like we always say, it is a journey. It's not something that's going to happen, you know, right now. you have to be consistent over time. And if you're not, you're going to have this whole roller coaster thing, you know, to where you're in shape, you're not in shape, and it gets frustrating. But if you can, you know, be on point 80% of the time, you're going to stay in good shape. So that's sort of my my thing on that. Josh, what's the hardest thing for you?
Yeah. So like leading off that, it was like one of the things hardest for me to do, especially growing up, was not being like everybody else. Like if I ever went to like a party or like a hangout, I always brought my own food because I knew the only thing that was going to be there is junk, and I didn't want any of that. Especially like during my high school journey, where all I wanted to do was look good, which was a fair enough goal for me because I wanted to look good, and then everybody else did it. So I was like, okay, I'd rather have abs and then not have whatever you're having. So that was the whole thing for me. So I chose one thing and not chose the other thing. And in the end, it was kind of like I thought I made the right decision, but I would have also wanted to enjoy while the time I had when I was young. To kind of enjoy the process a little bit more. So all I would say is kind of like just stay in moderation with everything. So as soon as you get to the point where you want to be at, it's important to be able to stay in moderation. So it's important to have that cookie once in a while and develop the habit to kind of have one cookie and not the whole thing. So for me, it kind of gets to that point where I'm able to have something. If I want to have like a Reese's peanut butter cup frozen because that's my favorite thing in the world, I'm going to have that at night. And I'm not going to think twice of it because I developed the habit. I developed the structure I wanted my life to revolve around to the point where I'm now. And I'm still kind of like developing with that.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. Like even me, what am I, 10 years older than you or somewhere around there?
Yeah.
I'm still developing that. If, you know, I still have a tough time doing things in moderation. Like if there's, you know, a couple, you know, it's Easter, there's Reese's, you know, the little bunny things, the chocolate things. If there's a bowl of those sitting there, if I have one, I'm taking them all down with me. Okay. So like, even I have like a tough time with moderation, but yeah, like you said, you have to, and I tell people this, that I help with nutrition, you know, that we coach, you have to enjoy life still. You don't want to be miserable. That's number one, but being consistent and, you know, using that moderation and being on point most of the time, I think is crucial, you know, to sort of developing and getting into, you know, pretty good shape. And when we say pretty good shape, that's relative to everyone. So like,
absolutely,
like you said, you wanted abs. Maybe, you know, the dude that's drinking the natty ice next to you, you know, doesn't need abs. He just wants to be in somewhat good shape. That's relative, you know, that's good for him. So like, you sort of have to take it from person to person. You know, we're all different. It's relative. It's sort of what you want. If you want to be, you know, 7% body fat and, you know, run a sub 5 mile, your life's going to look a little different than most people, you know? So you have to sort of figure out what you want and, you know, what you're willing to do and sort of go from there. So.
Yeah, we're here to build a lifestyle. It's supposed to be, it's not short term. It's got to be a lifestyle. So you got to be able to kind of like withstand it and be able to sustain it over time and not fall back to your old habits or whatever you used to do, but just keep building along the way, and then take away some things along the way, take away some other things, and just develop your life around health and fitness.
Exactly. Yeah. Sort of, creating that lifestyle, which, you know, again, every lifestyle has ups and downs. You have to be okay with that. So
you got to be able to sustain it. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, I think we'll wrap this episode up there. We will try to get this one out. You know, I think Friday will be a good day for everyone to listen. We'll go from there. We'll try to do this weekly.
Weekly on Fridays?
Yeah, weekly on Fridays. We'll go from there. And then we'll just try to, you know, get you guys more interesting content, you know, that people want to listen to, you know, something to keep your minds busy, keep you guys positive, give you some insight to what we know, how we feel.
Yeah.
and then just go from there. So thank you for listening to episode 2, guys, and be on the lookout for the next one. So
remember to smile.
Yeah. That's right. Smile.
Smile. Be happy.
Yeah. Be happy. Don't be a miserable fuck.
Be healthy.
Yeah. Be healthy. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.